Greetings, fellow state committee members and conservative activists everywhere. This is Brant Frost, and I'm bringing to you a short report on the straw poll that was conducted at the Georgia State Convention in Augusta in 2017. This straw poll was unique because it was the first time in my recollection that a straw poll was not only conducted but was weighed to be more reflective of the results. What we did was we surveyed delegates and non-delegates from all over the state, and then we subtracted out, for the purposes of this report, people who were not delegates, and then we weighed the results based on the results of the chairman's race. What we discovered was Watson and Johnson supporters had voted disproportionately in the poll, and McNeely and Welsh voters had not done so. They were underrepresented. So we adjusted that a little, adjusted it to the results of the first ballot so that it was reflective of a proper sampling. And what we found was very interesting. I'm speaking to you specifically about the issues because as state committee members, you will be asked in a very short period of time, if you're listening to this before August 5th, 2017, you'll be asked to choose whether or not to approve certain resolutions at the state committee meeting. And what we discovered was that 86% of those who responded to the survey after it was weighed, these are the weighed results, not the raw data, 86% support constitutional carry, 9% oppose, and 5% are undecided. On the issue of jury nullification, 37% supported it, 15% opposed it, and 48% were undecided. On the issue of casino gambling, a resolution was introduced opposing casino gambling, and that was favored by 61% of the delegates, with only 28% opposed to that resolution and 11% undecided. On the issue of repealing the hospital bed tax, 61% in favor, 20% against, 19% undecided. On the issue of a religious liberty pledge, where we would urge every candidate running for governor to sign a pledge that he will sign a RFRA bill into law the first year he's elected as governor. That had 82% support and only 9% opposition and 9% undecided. That's nearly as high as constitutional carry. On the issue of opposing the national popular vote, 74% support a resolution opposing the national popular vote and 18% oppose that, and 8% are undecided. On the issue of adopting a Republican platform for the state of Georgia, a state-specific platform, 61% are in favor, 21% are opposed, and 18% are undecided. On the issue of whether or not the delegates to the Republican state convention and district conventions should have a greater say in the primary process, 48% yes, 32% no, 20% undecided. When those who voted yes were asked what kind of influence should that be, 41% favored a Utah-style system where the convention would choose two candidates who would then go to the primary. 37% favored a Virginia-style system where the convention would simply pick the nominee by majority vote without having to conduct a primary. And 22% favored a convention runoff where the top two candidates from the primary would go into the convention and be nominated, and one of them would be nominated from there. So what you see in that is by far the most interesting, some might say controversial of all the questions, in that there has been debate for many years about whether or not the Republican Party in Georgia and other states should use a primary, what type of primary, or a convention, or what type of convention. And the delegates clearly seem to favor some sort of change in that direction. Nearly half of the delegates favoring that. Of those who have decided, in fact, 60% favor that. And a substantial majority of those who do favor it favor at least the convention choosing the nominee after the primary from the top two. Because you would assume going from hardcore convention versus to moderate convention, the most moderate choice would be a convention runoff followed by the Utah system, followed by the Virginia system. And if you look at it that way, 63% of those who responded in the affirmative to the first question favor at least a convention runoff. So that's very interesting. This is something that's been debated for years, and we don't really hadn't had any good data until now on that issue. So anyway, that's the report. Again, I think what we can draw from this as state committee members is that on nearly every resolution there is an overwhelming consensus on the part of the delegates to support the resolutions and to vote them out. I think we should definitely consider the wishes of the delegates, and I think this clearly indicates that they would want us to pass all these resolutions. So that's the report. If y'all have any questions or comments, please